don't really believe it. 4 years old, that is. 4 years old. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that, and that did not come from over there. That came from over there, or to be a bit closer, from here. These are bales that I made 4 years ago, and they are well past their sell-by date. I mean, normally I wouldn't even consider feeding one of these bales to the cattle, especially when I've got plenty of new bales. There's kind of no need. But I came out here this morning, I was thinking, what am I going to do with them? I can either open them up and just chuck them on the muck heap, or put them in a heap somewhere and let them rot down and use them for well, green manure, I suppose. But then I came out and looked at it and thought, well, actually they're still hard. Most of them. This one might be a bit softer. Well, no, they're hard. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll just pull one out, open it up, and have a look at it. Which I did. An hour or so ago, I came up, grabbed the first bale, took it in the shed, took the wrapper off it, and yep, all around the outside's a bit manky. I thought, no, they won't want that. And I don't like feeding Fausty manky hay anyway. They're all in there. So it's about craning their heads through the barrier because they can smell it. And I can get it, but it doesn't smell nice. Like, silage smells sweet and nice and just sweet and nice. But the thing is, all I could see was the outside layer, which is this, which is manky. But what they're after is in here, which is still not the best, but it smells like hay. And look at them. That's their fresh hay from last year. That's last year's hay, and they'd rather eat this. Yeah, all right. They're not going to eat that. But the way I look at it, if I let them pick over this, eat what they want out of it, then scrap the rest. If I've got the choice of this or no fresh stuff, and they're choosing this, should I deny them? But if I'm going to start doing this with the barrier more, I kind of need to take this sheep barrier out, because they can't get their heads through there, and I'm worried about somebody getting their head stuck in that. So yeah, after this bale's gone, that barrier I think is going to have to go. I don't think these little ones are going to go through it. No. Don't think they will. Right, okay. If I keep it pushed up against the fence, they can reach it, and they're happy. Aren't you? Yeah, we're happy. Okay, well, I've been trying to get a little job done for the last 4 or 5 days, and it is getting the hedge trimmer done. I've got the belts, I've got the bits, I've repaired the guard. All I got to do is put it all together and then get back on the tractor. We'll give it a minute. We'll take it to the workshop. Right then, off with the guard, on with the belts. You're a bit tight in there, aren't you? Right, so one new belt's already on there. That's the old one, that can come off. That's the second new one, that can go on. Right, all I need to do is tension it up. What size are you? Well, I need to go and get a spanner in a minute. What size are you? You're going to be that one or that one, I reckon. Let's go with that one. Yeah, that'll do. So one belt still seems a bit, I don't think they're exactly matched. Right, oh yeah, you were 7. So looking at these two belts, I'm not sure they're exactly matched. One seems a little bit tighter than the other. So I was asked, somebody did actually ask me how these belts were tightened and tensioned up, because they couldn't see any like pulley except for pulley. So what we got in here is a cam which I can adjust with this spanner. Actually, let's undo that again, I'll show you. It says one hand. So this cam I can actually use to tighten the belts up. So you'll see as I move this fella, it pushes that plate up. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just pull this one up to where it wants to be to get these belts to the right tension. Now these belts are not a matched pair, so the underneath belt is a bit tighter than the top one, so I've got a kind of compromise between the two. That's somewhere handy. And then lock this fella off. So basically this will now lock down that cam. But that's not the belt tensioning finished. Now we've got to do these guys up here, which will lock that pulley in place. Tight. Okay, so tight enough. Yeah, that one is definitely not as tight as that one. Tight enough to grip these pulleys, but not so tight as they're going to take the bearings out. Okay, that's that bit done. Now for the guard. I couldn't find any blue paint. It's going to have to stay primer grey. I I think maybe I'm going to put that one in there. Okay, that is solid. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with these spanners. They're really, really nice spanners. US Pro, but the box, not so much. Right, okay. So, a couple of you, when I was going through the head the other day, said that one of the hammers was on back to front, and why was it facing away? Should we have a look? Don't get caught up on there. That's a hazard when you've got a hedge on. More than once I've been getting out the tractor, and one of those levers has caught a pocket or my overalls or something, and has tried to spin me out the tractor sideways. Alright, so it was this end that somebody thought there was a shoe on back to front. Well, there's a reason why these things can twist around a little bit, but all the shoes have got to be facing that way, and that one isn't. So, well done. How that happened, I have no idea, but thanks to you guys, I now have a sharp flail that can actually do some work. No, this spent all last season going the wrong way. I've got to try and do this now without taking any bark off my knuckles. Now, a proud man would probably try and hide his error, but I've always been brought up that don't tell lies, because you'll always be found out. You'll never get away with it, and especially when you've got thousands of eyes watching you. So yeah, it's a fair cop. You spotted my error, I'm happy to admit to it. Right, that's that. That bolt has got a little bit of a bend in him. Only a bit. I reckon I could use him again. Just might be a bit of a pig to get out. Knife is not the right tool. Okay, I'll get the right tool back in a minute. Oh, actually. Improvised tool. Oh, look at that. Right. Still got to get you out there, don't I? Improvised tool again. I actually put all new blades in this. It'd be 2 years ago actually. This has been facing the wrong way for 2 years, and I never noticed. Right, so while we've got this apart, if it come apart, so we've got 2 top hats and the centre bush. This is basically how these things go together. So you've got the centre bush, top hat that way, top hat that way. Basically that means that the wearing parts are mainly the top hats. You don't have to replace these every time we do the blades. You don't have to replace the U-shackles every time. It's just these fellas. Right, let's put it in the right way around this time, shall we? Right. Do you know what? I already did it again. Nearly did it again. Come on. In you go. Got to go in there. It's not a request, it's an order. Right, now we're facing the right way. I hope you realise, well, you're going to realise, that when I started doing this little job here, I thought I was going to be turning this head upside down and going, see, you're seeing things. How on earth did you see that? And I missed it for 2 years. You know, I'm not that daft. Glad I didn't say it first. Okay. Right then. Now we're facing the right way. Look at that, sharp, blunt. They could do with a file over them, but this thing gets quite a lot of a hammering, so I actually think that maybe it'll last another year, but then another set of flails perhaps, or I'll just take the time and take these out. You can't really sharpen these things on the machine. You kind of need to take them off and use a bench grinder. Okay, right. You're not very tight either, so I'll tighten you while I'm here. That'll do. Wonderful stuff. That's it, it's actually done. I don't think I'm going to get much done this afternoon as far as hedge cutting is concerned though, because when it's wet like this, although it's not so bad this time of year because there isn't really much leaf on the hedges, stuff sticks to the windows, so you can do it in this time of year. But right now the window's not too bad. If I had 10 minutes on this, I'd have dust and some leaf matter and bark or whatever just stuck to the glass. You're constantly getting in and out of the tractor trying to clean up and to see where you're going. I do have a guard for this door, which I used to have no problem with at all. So I've got a proper mesh guard to go on the door. The issue I have though is, as my eyes have got older, I find it real difficult to focus on the head, especially if you've got any dirt on the glass as well, to try and focus on the head and not the glass or the mesh behind. And I found the last couple of years with the mesh guard on there, within 2 hours of starting hedge trimming, my eyes were so tired, they ached. Does that make sense? I just basically had eye ache from trying to focus on there. So no, at the moment I don't have a guard on. I know you can get clear guards. I think Adrian Mars from my farm, We Farm, ordered clear guards for his doors. I might look into that and get one of those, because like I say, the mesh, I just cannot focus. So right, this can go back in the shed for 10 minutes. I will spin it up though, just because I can. No squealing, no knocking, no otherwise nasty noises. I reckon I could probably do with a new wiper blade, but in fairness, that's the original wiper blade from when I bought the tractor in 2004, so I haven't done that bad. While I think about it, I'll answer one more question. When I was mounting the hedge trimmer, I put the balls in the jaws, lift arms, and then mounted it that way. And lots of people said, well, why don't you put the jaw in the pin and then put the lift arm up inside? It's because of this. So this is part of the breakaway system. This whole thing pivots on that pin. So if you hit something, this whole thing, the machine can move backwards, but this is part of the bracing that holds all the hitch together. But because of this fella, you can't put the pin in, the ball in the pin, then come up to it and lift the machine. You literally have to come down to mount this machine. Hence the reason, that's why the ball was put inside this, inside the pitch, inside the hitch, and then lined up with this. It's one of the reasons it's quite difficult to put on, is because you can't put the ball on the pin and then come onto the ball. It's the other way around. It's like the old-fashioned way of doing stuff, but it's because of this fella here, and it's not worth taking this off just to do that. It's no easier. Okay, so for those of you that couldn't understand why I didn't do it that way, that is the reason why. It is literally because, like I say, if the hedge trimmer's out and I hit something, the whole machine can pivot back on that pivot point. To do that, it actually lifts the machine, which means that when you come back off of whatever you've hit, gravity will bring it back into place. So it's great uncle gravity makes this thing sit where it is. But if you hit something, you don't bend anything. Unless you hit it really hard and really fast, then you could. Okay, so there you are. Hope that explains that. That's why you can't put the ball in the pin and then hitch up with the ball already in situ. You have to hitch up with the ball in the hitch. Sorted. That cleared that right up. It was as clear as mud.
How's your day been? Good to see your face. How you doing? Tell me your story. I just wanna have a conversation. conversation. I just